When it's time for the Angry Ninja Show. What? All right, guys, welcome to the relaunch of the Angry Ninja Show, which the name will probably be changing because I have met an awesome person and they're going to hopefully become a permanently part of the show, a permanent co-host, Mr. Aaron. Aaron, how are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. It's weird how we've kind of met. We both have the misfortune of knowing Jesse Morris.
Misfortune is
Dan,
correct. Oh my God.
yeah, yeah. You're related to him,
Yeah, no, I've seen him naked,
and
which is just a sad thing.
that is horrible. I've also seen more of his body than I would care to admit.
Oh,
Um,
well, $20 is $20.
right, and I mean, I guess, but yes. So this should be good times. Um, Go ahead and warn people now. We are probably going to go off on about 100 different tangents.
Uh, uh,
So good luck. Good luck following.
and I still cuss like a sailor. That hasn't changed. So we will be getting the explicit rating. I assure you. I think I just mentioned my brother's nuts, so that's probably enough right there.
Right.
All right. So I have something that I read, and not getting political because I don't care about politics anymore. All they do is make you mad. But I read this story, and I'm just going to read the headline because the person who wrote the article went all political, and I don't care about it. But just the headline of the story broke my brain. Trump is selling a $59.99 Bible called the. I want to make sure I get this right. I don't want to mess it up. The God Bless the USA Bible. It contains a copy of the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and it has his logo printed on the front. Because when you think Trump, you think adultery. I mean, religion. How does the man who is literally on trial right now for paying off a porn star while he was married to, I don't know, his mail order bride, sell a Bible? Like, thou shalt not commit adultery unless you pay her first? Really? Like, what is this world coming to? That's a thing. Like, I realize he sticks his name on everything, but he should have left the Bible alone. That's Jesus's territory. Let's leave Jesus being Jesus, not not Orange Man, not Orange Man. Not, and if the Bible isn't orange, he's not doing it right. I'm just saying, he should be orange. Okay, sorry, I just had to get that off of my chest because I saw that and I was just like, it's like me selling a Bible after I just talked about kicking a guy in the nuts. It's just not okay. That's why I don't endorse a Bible. I know I shouldn't. All Christians would be like, we heard what you said in the other podcast. I'd be like, I know. So why are you endorsing the Bible? I felt bad. I guess I should do better. I'm not gonna, but I should. All right, moving on from that. Moving on. Something else. Something better. So Netflix put out a list of 15 horror movies that will send shivers down your spine and make you not want to watch a horror movie ever again. And I don't think there's any movie on the planet that's going to make me not want to watch another movie. And I was looking at their list, and it's got like The Conjuring and Bird Box. Basically, the list is an advertisement of all the movies they have on their network right now. Go figure. But it made me think, what were some horror movies that were changing for me that really broke my brain, got me scared, and were intense. And one of them I found out, apparently they say it's a cult classic, but a lot of people haven't watched or heard of. So Aaron, I'm going to ask you, have you ever seen Event Horizon?
Absolutely. I would put that probably definitely in my top 10. Maybe in my top 5 of favorite horror films.
Like horror films, that's top 5 for me. Like maybe top 3.
It's really good. Really, really good. Came out in, I think, 97?
Yeah. We won't discuss what year high school I was in 97.
Right. 97 is when it came out, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's right.
Yeah, 97, 98, in that general area.
Yeah.
Like, I was in high school when that movie came out. I watched it when I was in high school. And, in high school, ain't no horror movie scaring me. Forget that. I watched that movie in the dark. I turned on the lights. I said, fuck this shit.
Yeah, another one I've always been a fan of, there's a movie called The Descent.
The Descent. Is that the one where they go down in the cave?
Yes. So it's funny because it came out pretty close to when the movie The Cave came out. So they were very similar. They're obviously similar premise of the movies,
Is it like the
but
summer of three volcano movies?
right, pretty much. Um, but The Descent was really good, really good, really really good. One of my all time favorites.
Now, I
Uh,
haven't seen that one. That one is they what can find creatures down in the cave where they're descending and they all
yes,
die.
yeah. There's creatures in the cave, and it's really good. I really really enjoy it. It came out mid 2000s.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so it's pretty solid. It's one of my all time favorites,
You know,
and probably I would say it's probably my all time favorite would be the original Exorcist.
oh, Evan, that's a classic. You
Um,
cannot go wrong with that movie. That movie's still scary. Like has moments in that movie today that still catch you off guard. Like that's a great
yes.
movie. Do you know what movie I want to see that you'll never see?
What's that?
The original cut of Events Horizon.
Yes, indeed.
They actually said it was so intense and so stuff. Not only did they cut all those scenes out of it, they destroyed the negatives so nobody could ever watch it again.
Yeah, they got rid of it. They're like we're so bad. We're so sorry we made this. We're gonna burn all the evidence.
I'm just like, hold on. You just made me really want to watch that more.
Right.
It was because it was already a creeptastic movie. What could have
Yeah.
possibly been in that? I really want to watch it. Another horror movie that surprised me in how good it was is and my computer just died. Oh, we're still good to record, but my computer died.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it happens. So that really surprised me because I wasn't expecting it to be good, and that was The Woman in Black.
You know, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I thought it was solid. I really did.
Dude, one thing I really love about that movie, and is they solve a problem that's almost in every horror movie that ever was. Just like in the Poltergeist, right? So they're in the
Yeah.
house, all this crazy ghost shit starts happening, and they're like, "No, fuck you, we bought the house, we're staying."
Right.
No good reason, but we're staying. Like they don't leave. That makes no sense. If I come in the house and I see a horse flying through the sky running around, I'm like, "Oh, toy horses aren't supposed to do that. Ghost, enjoy your new house. Goodbye. I'm
Yes,
out."
exactly. Done. Gone. See you later.
Right. But in The Woman in Black, where they did the story where if he did not complete the task he had to do in said haunted house was supposed to be a boring paperwork task, he was going to lose his son, lose everything. So that's why he kept going back, even though all the creepy shit was happening.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I like that. And I also love the fact in the end that the Woman in Black wins. They don't get rid of her. They're never supposed to get rid of her, and she kills the whole town.
Right.
I'm just like, that's because all these, we put salt on the bone, so we saved everybody, and we're good now. The ghost went away. Salt ain't making a ghost go away. Y'all are
No.
delusional. That's still going to come back and eat your soul. Come on. So that's one of the things.
I'm also excited because the new season of Chucky is going to be premiering. Have you seen the Chucky series?
I stopped watching Chucky after The Bride of Chucky.
Well, not the movies. There's a TV series of it.
See, I lost so much faith after The Bride of Chucky, I didn't even give it a chance. I'm not going to lie to you. You're telling me I should give it a chance.
You should absolutely give it a chance. There's 2 seasons. If you have Peacock, I believe they're both on Peacock now.
Oh, I pee out my cock.
Right, exactly. And so I believe it is on there. The new season premieres in a couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah, and wasn't Liv Morgan on that show?
She was. She was in there last season. Yes.
Is she hot in the show?
I mean, she's pretty spectacular in general. So yes, I would indeed say she is.
I have a question totally unrelated since we talked about hot female wrestlers and I guys have to go there because I saw this clip on Facebook at a house show apparently.
Yes.
You already know where I'm going with this, don't you?
It broke the internet.
It did break the internet. Rhea Ripley loves her fans. I'm just saying.
Rhea Ripley, for those who are not aware, and I know this is where where Chris was going. Rhea Ripley at a house show was wrestling Nia Jax and gave her a stink face.
But not just the stink
And,
face.
no,
She
no,
prepped.
she did. She prepped. Like she got the whole ass.
Oh, yeah.
The whole ass.
Like usually you have to pay extra for that. Like
right. And I know for a fact that J-Mo's wife, T, would have absolutely paid for that. Actually, she probably would have taken it for free.
I mean, yeah.
Because she is a huge Rhea Ripley fan.
I mean, you have to be in. And I saw the clip. I'm like, wait, that's. She pulled that up so far, you could see her colon. Oh my god!
Yeah, she gave a show.
Oh, I hope she does that in every match now, and I hope she does it like in WrestleMania in 4K.
Right.
All right. So before we go off on a wrestling tangent, because we're gonna get there, I have one more story I have to bring up. Because the Army is just trying to take all the women, and it's pissing me off. You're already Army dudes in the nice little fancy fucking suits and in shape and actually exercise. Fucking bastards. But they all had to be clean baby faces. For 100 years, you were not allowed to grow facial hair. And as a fat bearded man whose only traits are he's got a beard and he's funny, it's all I got, okay?
Right.
The Army's going to let them start growing beards now. So now they're going to be in shape, bearded men. Damn it. Does the Army have to get all the pussy? Like, is there going to be none left for any of us? Like,
I mean, it's a thing. What can I say? It's a thing.
I'm glad my girl likes me chubby because I'm never going to be in shape. Round is a shape, and that is the only shape I will ever achieve.
It is indeed a shape, and J-Mo has tried to get me to go to the gym, and I've told him without me there.
Well, and you know what? I actually used to work out all the time, and I lost weight, and I got in shape, and, well, I got less round. But, do you like that one? Got less round.
Yeah,
but
less round, yeah.
I'm broken in so many places. I leave the gym, not just muscle soreness, like with a limp, with my shoulder swollen, like my neck doesn't work right anymore. I'm getting ready to be 43 years old, okay? I can lay down on a Tempur-Pedic, very expensive mattress, extremely comfortable. Like I can jump down on one side and my girl next to me doesn't even feel it, and it just conforms to my body perfectly. I have a $40 fucking pillow that cradles my head and neck in this the most beautiful way, and I will lay down absolutely relaxed and no pain at all, and I will wake up and I feel like I got hit by a Mack truck. Like secretly in the middle of the night, my pillow just got up and started punching me in the fucking neck, so my neck doesn't work anymore. And then my lower back starts to fucking twinge, and I'm like, I just got my ass kicked by sleep.
I tell people, all the time, because occasionally I'll be like, yeah, my back hurts. All right, why? I was like, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
That's why.
Yeah, if I'm getting my ass kicked by sleep, fuck the gym now.
Yeah, I'll be 41 in a couple weeks. And I used to make fun of my parents because they would always complain that when it was raining or cold, their bones would hurt. So I always made fun of them. I didn't think it was a thing. I thought they were
no, it's a fucking thing.
As I've gotten older, though, oh my God. It is not a lie, ladies and gentlemen. Once you hit like mid-30s, when it gets cold and it gets rainy, your bones will fucking scream at you. I swear they will.
And just scream at you, but so if you've had an injury in said bone, it's even worse. I've broken a bone in my right hand. I broke one of the metacarpals in the back of my right hand. I had both my knees rebuilt. I had my shoulder reconstructed. And I could tell you when it's going to rain because my right hand stops fucking working. I mean, it technically still works, but to move it hurts so bad, I just say it doesn't fucking work. Like, I have to use the left hand to take care of myself those weeks. And I'm like, it's going to rain. How do you know? I'm like, my fucking hand. And then the rain comes and my knees and shoulder go, yep, it's raining.
Yep, I'm the same way. I have screws in my feet, and I also broke my left hand several years ago, metacarpal in my left hand. So I have screws in my left hand, and I have screws in both my feet. So, it's the same thing. When it's cold and rain.
At least you got screwed out of it.
I did. I did.
Multiple times.
Yes, multiple times. Always been told I had a screw loose.
Oh, that's it. Oh man, yeah. So no, yeah. Fuck rain. Fuck weather. Fuck Kentucky weather. That's all the way. It was 28 degrees last night.
Yeah,
It is now 70,
it is.
and my allergies have said, we don't like that. So
I mean, I'm about to go to Philadelphia in 5 days. I'm gonna sit out. I'm gonna sit out at night in 40-degree weather with your brothers. So I don't know who's crazier, this weather or me going to sit in a stadium with your and with 70,000 other wrestling fans in
yeah,
40-degree weather.
that's not crazy. That's gonna be awesome because it's gonna be WrestleMania. Like,
I mean, it is going to be
are
amazing.
you guys going to both nights?
We are.
Well, this comes to my problem with wrestling, and just WWE alone on a non pay per view week, there is what 8 hours of television, or do they knock SmackDown back down to 2 hours?
SmackDown's 2 hours, so seven. So because there's 2 hours of SmackDown, 2 hours of NXT, 3 hours of Raw.
I ain't got that kind of time.
Right. It's a lot. It is a lot, and I don't watch all of it every week. I usually watch Raw. Almost always, I will watch Raw start to finish. SmackDown is kind of hit or miss. NXT is hit or miss for me. But
like, I try to cue in NXT if I know Nikita Lyons is going to wrestle, but other than that,
yeah, she got hurt again, so she's out again.
yeah, she'll still have a job. It'll be fine.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, she'll be back eventually. It's fine.
Yeah, they're like, it's just time to go get around her. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. She's fine. It'll be whatever.
I actually figured she'd be moved to the main card, but like, I just don't honestly have time to watch it. I have 3 kids that I'm taking care of.
Right.
Like, my child and my girlfriend has 2, and we all live together. Like, I don't get 7 hours of TV time a week for anything.
Right.
Like, and the Xbox has officially tried to take my soul and dominate all my time, and has officially succeeded today. So everybody knows. I don't know if I'll get this up today. So today is March 28th. Do you know what happened today on Xbox for March 28th?
You're close. It's March 29th.
Oh, 29th. Oh, that's right. I downloaded it yesterday. But
Okay.
I have satellite internet, so it took a day to download. So it's March 29th. But we released it on March 28th. They released on the Game Pass Diablo 4.
Oh. I still need to get on my Game Pass because I need to download the new MLB The Show. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, Madden 24, MLB The Show 24, NBA 2K 24 is on there now.
Yep.
And then, yesterday, but my download finished today because of satellite internet because I live in the country. But Diablo 4.
God, I remember the days of satellite internet.
Yeah, I still remember.
It's not great. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like the smallest game in the world. Now it's 80 fucking gigs,
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah, right.
And I played Diablo 4 a little bit before we started recording because I was so happy it finally finished downloading. I did the opening series of quests to get you set up in town, kind of the prologue kind of setup. Right. And have you ever played Diablo? Are you a Diablo fan?
I'm probably one of the worst gamers on the planet.
That's fine. You'll understand what I'm saying though. So the very first Diablo game was dark and scary. Hold on one second. Did I mention allergies?
You did.
With dark and scary, as much as it could be for the time. The game was out in '99. It's the graphics weren't amazing, but they try to create a dark, scary atmosphere. And the second one, they try to make this big multiplayer atmosphere. I got a cough again. Excuse me. And the third one, they made like a hack and slash game. They didn't really focus on atmosphere. They were just trying to make a fun, engaging game. This one, they have gotten back to the demon, creepy, dark, dungeony, death. Right. Like, if I'd been playing the game in the dark, it would have been way more intense. I'm dying over here. But they did that in this one. And they went ahead and showed you the big bad. She's a blood demon who, it's intense. Her wings are made out of blood.
Wow.
And you're talking next-gen graphics.
Yeah.
Like intense, amazing. So my 7 hours of TV time that I don't have is going to be on Diablo. That's where it's going to
Right.
be. I'm going to be watching. What I do is I keep up with wrestling on Facebook because people always post the
Yeah.
best clips anyway, and then I watch the pay-per-views.
Well, and that's honestly, that's the great thing about WWE now, specifically with Triple H and other people in charge, is they do such a good job of using social media.
They do, and another thing they do because I have the Peacock Plus because that is. Before every single match, if you're not caught up on the story, if it's not one of their two
Yep.
year long running stories, is they give you a hey, this is why they're mad at each other. Hey, this is why this match
Yes.
is important. And to kind of catch you up. So,
Yeah.
you don't feel like you're like, why is she mad at Rhea? I don't get it. So I like that. So I'm able to do that. I also like that Vince McMahon's no longer involved. I feel like the
Right.
wrestling has gotten way better, more storyline driven.
Yep.
Because
Now,
apparently, oh, go ahead.
I've said to several people, this is the best storytelling they've done in 15 years. Just as overall product, it is much better. And specifically with The Rock, um, this is the best version I think there's ever been of The Rock. Period.
And I love what they did this time, which would have
Yeah.
never happened while Vince McMahon was running the show. The Rock wanted to come in as a face. He wanted to face Roman. I think he even wanted to beat him. They came out. They kind of announced that match. They did their thing with Cody.
Yep.
And the fans rebelled.
Yes.
Like
Yep.
wholeheartedly. And so like the very next week, Triple H was like, this isn't going to fucking work. And they fucking switched it up and had The Rock join the bloodline. And now he's fighting. And they did that. And Vince McMahon's era, Vince McMahon like, fuck them. They're going to
Well,
watch it and they're going to like it.
I'm one of the minorities in this, in my opinion, that I don't think they switched. I think this was the plan all along. And the reason why I think it was the plan all along was they wanted to turn Cody into a martyr. They wanted to turn Cody into a Daniel Bryan type character, into an underdog. And Cody, when he wins at WrestleMania, because I'm at this point, I'm assuming he's going to win at WrestleMania.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to interrupt just for a second. You can finish your thought. I'm going to say this. If Roman Reigns leaves WrestleMania with the belt, I'm done with wrestling for a while. I am so sick of the part-time champion,
Right.
hardly wrestling, and never having a clean win ever.
I think, like I said, I about a month ago, I would have said it was 50-50, that there was a chance Cody wasn't going to win again. However, the way that they have built the story since then, and the way he has been getting his ass handed to him, the way he got his ass handed to him on Monday by The Rock, which is one of the more intense, bloody endings there's been to Raw in 15 years, maybe
they're over the PG rating.
Yeah, it was a bloody, brutal ending. And I think after that is when I turned in my head, okay, Cody's winning.
Yeah, and Cody better win.
They're going to have him overcome all the odds. Now, I have a theory.
Oh,
I don't think they've got the balls to do this, and I think you know where I'm going.
I actually think so. I thought was going to happen.
I don't think they've got the balls to do this because it would get a ton of heat from a lot of people. But could you imagine if Cody Rhodes beats Roman Reigns for the title, has his moment, is celebrating, and Damian Priest cashes in?
If they do that, if they don't have Cody Rhodes beat him, there may be a riot.
There would be so much heat. I mean, so much heat.
But
again,
that would give him a good setup for the next pay-per-view.
I don't know if they have the balls to do it. I don't know, because it would take a lot of courage to do that.
Triple H has those balls.
He does. I'm just curious because you have been building this Cody story for 2 years.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think they'll do it just because they're gonna want that payoff.
I
Although
think they're gonna. Yeah.
I'm kind of, why do they keep doing these long holes for the Money in the Bank?
Well, part of it is I think because number one, you're having a Money in the Bank every year, and number two, you don't necessarily know when you give somebody Money in the Bank when they're going to cash. Like you don't really. You have an idea. Okay, this person, we want to give this guy Money in the Bank. But a lot of times you don't have, there's not a set plan in place of they're going to cash in at this particular point in time. You kind of got to feel it out. There really hasn't been for Priest, for Damien, there really hasn't been that perfect moment to be like, let's pull the trigger and do it now.
Well, I don't look. They could make the moment. They could have done it with
Right.
Seth Rollins, and then done, had him lose at a Royal Rumble, and then win it back at Elimination
I
Chamber.
just think I just think they really had other ideas for other things they wanted to do. Like you couldn't really take it off of Seth because at the time you wanted to do Punk and Seth. So you don't want to throw a wrinkle in that. Just get to it. Just build it up. And that's where they were going
So
originally.
CM Punk's gonna throw his own wrinkle because boy should not be wrestling anymore.
Yeah. So Punk gets hurt. So then you gotta pivot on that, which Drew is a perfect fit. I think Drew's gonna beat Seth. And take the title from Seth at Mania, which I think is perfect. I think that works really well.
And that was actually I actually believe that, but for a totally different reason. Is Seth needs some time off.
He does. He does. He absolutely does. And I think he's going to take time off. I think he's going to be gone for a few months. I think he'll be back in time for SummerSlam, but I think he'll be gone for a little bit.
Because what is it? His back's actually janked up. His knees actually janked up. I think he's
Yeah.
actually hurt his shoulder now too. Like
Yeah,
he needs surgery and some time just to go. Oh yeah, I can lay down.
yeah. He's beat up. He's beat up.
And Triple H, as the guy running the show now, is more understanding of that than Vince McMahon
Yeah.
ever was. Like Vince
He
McMahon, like take some
is.
steroids, get back in there.
Well, and also now their roster is stacked. I mean, there is so much talent that they have at their disposal. Because when you think about it, we got WrestleMania is next weekend, and when you've got Uso versus Uso, and that is probably the fifth or sixth best match on the card,
Right?
like that's insane to me. Like LA Knight versus AJ Styles is going to be really freaking good.
Yeah.
But again, it's good. It's like the sixth or seventh or eighth most talked about match on the card
And
because you have all this other good stuff.
I haven't followed it, but it's going to be Logan Paul and Kevin Owens, right?
It's a triple threat. It's Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton.
I mean,
And,
best
which is
WrestleMania ever.
they keep saying they have, and they do a lot of times. They, in wrestling, there's a lot of hyperbole. There's a lot of this is going to be the biggest show ever, the greatest show ever, all of that. This is one of those times where I think it might actually be factual. When you look at the card, right. I mean, when you look at the card from top to bottom, there's not as of yet. Now, I think they're probably going to add a couple more. I won't call them throwaway matches, but matches that are got some mid card talent on them. I think they'll probably throw a couple of those in there.
That way they have matches to shorten, so they can when the other matches go long.
Right, and so I mean, but again, it may be the biggest WrestleMania ever. I mean, and then that's what they're calling it. They're not far off at this point.
And they do say it every
And I
year.
know
You're correct, but this time they nailed it now. So there's an Easter egg. Everybody keeps talking about it, and I hope it's true, but we'll see. Actually, 50-50 hope it's true. So in the Rock Cody beatdown,
Yes,
there's a semi in the back with an ad on it with Stone Cold and John Cena on the side of it.
correct.
Now, somebody went through and looked at all the current WWE trucks are actually traveling and doing the business, and John Cena and Stone Cold aren't on any of them.
Correct.
So that truck literally is placed there by accident, which I doubt. Are we going to get Stone Cold and John Cena at WrestleMania?
Maybe. And here's the thing. Number one, I hope Stone Cold doesn't show up, and here's why. Because if Stone Cold shows up, I have to tell your brother he was right. Because Jesse has been saying for months that Stone Cold was going to be at WrestleMania, and I've been telling him no, he's not. They don't need him. And so if he shows up, I got to tell Jesse that he's right. And I don't want to do that, Chris. It's going to make me sad.
You're going to have to tell me he was right, because look, they don't need him, and he's not going to be out there for long. But he's going to be out there. He's going to drink a beer. He's going to stun somebody. That's what's going to happen.
If him and Cena are to show up, here's how I foresee that taking place. Rock and Roman win the tag match on Saturday, thus making Sunday Bloodline rules, which means anything goes.
Yes, that's going to happen.
Bloodline comes out, beat the crap out of Cody, probably beat the crap out of Seth. Oh my God, they're dominating. Boom. Cena's music hits. He starts to get beaten down. Boom. Glass breaks. Now we go. Austin comes out probably with a chair. Cena feeds back up. Seth feeds back up. Cody feeds back up. Bloodline gets taken care of. Pin on Roman. 1, 2, 3.
I'm going to agree with you all except for the ending.
Right.
I don't think they're going to have it end that way. I think they'll have them come out, beat the crap out of Cody, beat the crap out of the Blood, get them all out, and leave Cody and Roman in the ring, and it's going to be a clean finish.
I would love for it to be a clean finish. I really would. I'm 50-50 on that. I think so. Here's the thing. I think it should be a clean finish. I don't know how clean it will be.
Well, it's Bloodline rules, so anything goes. But I honestly think in the end, if they're going to have Cody win, given the way they built his character, given the character he's playing, given who he is, and everything they've done, yes, interference is going to happen. Yes, those people are going to take the Bloodline out of the building. But then it's going to be Roman and Cody for at least 5 more minutes after that happens. So that's taken out, and then he's gonna hit him with the crossroads. He's gonna hit him with the Cody cutter, and it's gonna be a clean finish. It might be it might be a Cody cutter onto a chair,
right?
But it's a no rules match, so it's still a clean finish.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely got to be. It's going to be Bloodline rules because they're going to bring out all the bells and whistles, and I mean all the. It is going, folks. I mean. Even if you're not a wrestling fan, that match is going to be a movie. It is going to be insane. I am so looking forward to it. It is going to be mass chaos. It is going to be edge of your seat storytelling. Like it is going to be a literal masterclass in everything that I particularly love about professional wrestling. I think there's probably going to be blood. I think, which they have gotten a little more into recently.
Yeah. I side note, agree with them taking it out at the level they were doing it before, because it was like every other match.
Yeah, you can't do that. Like blood, if you do blood every match or every other match, like AEW, then you can't. It doesn't mean anything when you do it. They do it every night. Like Cody bleeding on Raw meant something.
Yeah.
Like he was a bloody mess.
And I'm about to insult a whole bunch of AEW fans.
Okay,
but
go ahead.
I'm going to do it.
I probably second that.
That is barely wrestling.
That's a fair point. I mean, it's a fair point.
They have some really good wrestlers. They have Edge, they have Christian, they have Jericho. Yeah. So Moxley's not even really a good wrestler. They have them, and they do some really cool wrestling stuff. But for the most part, they just literally had Darby Allin jump off a 30-foot ladder through light bulbs where nobody was on for no good fucking reason.
Yeah.
And there's no good way to take that fall.
No, they have great talent. They have great talent. They have no storytelling.
None.
And wrestling is all about storytelling. You can do all the moves that you want, but the ratings and the attendance and any kind of measure you want to take will tell you that what AEW currently is doing is not working. What WWE is currently doing is
He's
working.
working. It
And what WWE is doing is storytelling. They have sold out. They said it on Raw. They have sold out 11 televised shows in a row.
and that is why I bought stock in TKO. And no, I'm not joking.
I don't blame you, as you should. They're doing the most business they have ever done. They're selling out almost every arena they go to. They're drawing 6, 7, 8,000 for house shows,
Well,
which
there's a
never was
chance you
happening.
might see Ripley's ass at a house show.
Well, right.
I'm
Well,
never
like
missing another one.
they're drawing some of the best house show attendance they've ever done. They've sold, I believe the last count was 60,000 per night for Mania. Which by the time they're done, it'll be over 70,000.
Yeah, they're building new chairs in that stadium right now.
Right, exactly. Which is why I always wait until closer to Mania to buy tickets. I know it's driving Jesse crazy at the moment that I'm waiting, but I keep telling him, I was like, trust me, we're gonna get good seats at a good price. I promise you.
If you
And
fail
so
that,
here's the thing: I'm not going to fail.
I'm just saying, if you fail that, I would really be sad because when he stabs you, we won't be able to do the show anymore.
Right. Well, it's fine because he's not going to stab me because we're going to be fine. Right? We're going to prices have already started going down anyway. I looked at them this morning. Because upper levels were a little over 200 for night one. Now they're down to about 130.
Yeah.
So they're already dropping, and they're going to release more once the stage gets put up. So yeah, we'll be, and I keep telling Jess, we'll be fine. Trust me, I've done this so many times. This will be my 5th WrestleMania.
Well, you'll have to give me a ticket next year because I definitely
Right.
want to go. All right. So we're a little bit over the 40-minute mark. I think we'll go ahead and wrap the show up for the day. I think we've covered a lot of really great stuff. I'm actually super excited about WrestleMania, and I think we both are a little bit right what's going to happen. I am excited. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we close out the show for the day?
No, I think we hit on a lot of stuff. I know you had mentioned something about AJ Styles earlier.
I did. The AJ Styles not showing up at SmackDown and having LA Knight come to his house and beat him up. Did that remind you of it reminded me of the Stone Cold story when he showed up at the hospital to beat up Vince McMahon?
Yes, yes. And they released, I don't know if you have seen it yet, but on Twitter, I refuse to call it X. On Twitter, they
X.
released today they released body cam footage of that attack from LA Knight. So there is a body cam footage from the police officer of that incident.
Hey,
And they released that online today, and it's great. It's fantastic.
they are knocking this out the park. And you know what? I didn't like LA Knight at first,
Right?
but he grew on me.
Yeah.
Okay, I still hate the yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not still hate the yeah. And you know what though? Not popular wrestling opinion. I hate the what too.
What about the yeet?
That's the one I probably hate the most.
Yeet?
Oh,
Well, then you would have hated at the pay-per-view I went to in Indianapolis because there was at one point during a match they went yeet, yeah, yeet, yeah,
oh yeah, no,
yeet.
no, 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 no. That would have hurt my
Yeah,
soul. But like, the Yeet never got a fair chance with me because I hated Yeet long before it was in wrestling. Because I think it was 8 or 9 at the time. He's 12 now. He's 8 or 9 at the time. Really fell in love with that word and literally would just grab stuff and throw it just so he could yell Yeet, Yeet,
nice.
Yeet. And so I picked him up and threw him and went Yeet, and that's when he stopped. But yeah, he loved that
That's
word, so
fantastic.
I already hated it.
Hell yeah.
I literally did the John Cena attitude adjustment onto the bed. You know how you do with kids. And yelled
Yeah, of
yeet when I
course.
did it. And he's like, okay, Dad, I'll stop.
Nice.
All right, so that's a wholesome family story to end the show. Aaron, it has been a massive pleasure recording with you. I definitely feel like we're going to change the name of the show and do this. I want to say every week, but life happens, but we're going to shoot for at least one a week. And I'm just excited. I think this was a really good show. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye, Aaron.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you all so much. For those that hopefully all of you listen to this. And when you do, make sure if you've got any questions, any topics you want us to cover, any questions you have for us, please send those to myself or Chris, and we will get them on the show. And maybe if you're lucky, we'll even mention your name if you're lucky. Otherwise, we'll just call you an idiot and we'll move on.
I mean, if you send us a picture of your butt, I guarantee you I'll mention your name.
Yeah, Jesse.
All right, guys, that was the show. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to help support the show, go to patreon.com/worstjokes. If you want to follow the show on Twitter at cman2342 or just search for the Angry Ninja Show. You find us on Facebook, find us on Twitter, find us on Instagram, find us on Threads. We are everywhere. Any questions? Email asktheangryninja@gmail.com and I'll answer your question on the show. So yeah, however you want to reach me, we're there. Just remember to search the Angry Ninja Show or AskCman234 Twitter and support the show, patreon.com/worstjokes. I hope everybody has a wonderful night.